Well, hello there guys, welcome back to sidequest Let's Play. In this episode, we're going to be fighting Charon. So this is where we were, if you remember last time. We stopped just before this bridge. We've cleaned out all the areas before it, so now we're gonna need the cold resistance for Charon. Right, so cold resistance is the main one. However, it would also be nice to get some vitality. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got this cold ring. So we're gonna equip it instead of the other one we had. The one with the fire resistance. Okay, our vitality resistance is quite good. There is also stun resistance, would be very nice as well, and you will see why in a second. But yeah, otherwise we're ready to go fighting him. So cold resistance and vitality, just remember them, especially cold.
Stay back or be destroyed.
And he gives us a warning, so here you know there's a boss fight here. But as soon as you go, that's it. If you saw, the way out was blocked. Now you have to fight him. He has two forms. His first form is like this, and he'll do simple attacks. He'll just be these spirits and water bubbles and stuff. And there, you heard him laugh. Sometimes he says river rise, other times he just laughs like a maniac. And that's when these pillars of water come up. Now, in his first form, they actually quite scarce. They only come up in few. You see, there's not many. Some of the gaps are still don't have anything. But in this form, in the second form, see, that's when he gets his second form. Now it comes up from every hole. So that's when it gets really dangerous, and you don't want to be hit by those because they do a lot of damage. Now in this form, see, he does a lot of attacks. He does the stump, the huge stump, which does a lot of damage, and it's nice to, you know, get away from it, but sometimes you might not be able to. So that's why these damage, cold and vitality resistances are good, and the stun as well. It actually stuns you briefly. You see, it stuns me briefly as well. But other than that, this is like the only dangerous attacker. Sometimes he does the tidal wave, as you saw, which isn't too bad. And these ones are easy to avoid if you just, you know, just don't stand over the holes and you'll be fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not too bad. So we just get his essence. He's one of the orb dropping bosses. We pick up his ore as well. We need the ore for the side quest. And pick up all the gold. The guy didn't give us anything else, unfortunately. Alright, well, we shall teleport. Let me just replace this ring back on so I don't forget. Right. We shall teleport back to Styx, the guy we freed. You know, the one who we need to give the ore to. He's actually back at the Styx portal now, so you actually don't need to backtrack to where you freed him. You actually just come back here because he kind of teleported. So you go to here, there he is.
With the ore in my possession, I will take all shades to the other side.
Take all shades to the other side.
You have freed Hipparchus.
Oh my god, the guy's voice. You have freed Hipparchus. The guy's two people have entirely different voices. Right. So we've completed the one who would lead. Done. Side quest done. And we've beat Charon as well, so that's the main quest done as well. And we got this reward, Shade of Hector, so we've got 2 pieces now. We can continue. With the ore in my possession. And the other guy is like, oh please, help us. Alright. So yeah, with Charon, like I said, cold and vitality resistance. There is a bit of that, the ghosts, I think, they do, if I remember correctly, they do the percentage reduction to health as well. Alright, so you speak to this guy, that's to advance the main quest further. So now, main quest complete, we've got Judgment of the Living, that's the next one. And we have to get to Elysium. See, he says seek Elysium. So, we have to be basically traversing the entire Underworld now to get to Elysium. So that's pretty much the most of this act. It's going to be just this. Getting to the Underworld, and we'll be stopping at the City of Lost Souls, then the Tower of Judgment, and then only we'll get to Elysium itself. Now, in here, in just this section here, there's a lot of troglodytes. I mean, we already fought them, a few of them, but there'll be a lot more around here. A lot of them come in packs of 2 or 3, so it's not too bad. They just tank the damage mostly. They do have some nice monster infrequents, however. I don't remember all of those on top of my head right now. I do remember they had nice braces, which are called Lar, and they would give they gave some like 6% bonuses to strength and dexterity, so they were really good. I think the leggings were pretty good as well, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so that's the bridge, doesn't go any further. That's why it's unfinished bridge. They haven't finished building it. Right, Iron Will of Ajax. There it is. We've gotten 1 piece already. Just here, combine it. So hopefully we'll find another piece. So yes, you gotta continue this way basically. And troglodytes all over the place. We're very close to a level up, if you haven't noticed yet, so I'm gonna be assigning those skill points in a bit. So that's one of the berserker troglodytes, if you remember from the last episode. They have this skill, which is a lot like takedown in a hunting mastery. Yeah, and they're a bit tougher than the others. The jailers are the worst though, they're the strongest, because they're the ones which have that the earth punching attack as well. When they hit, they're actually usually bigger as well than all the others, so you can recognize them quickly, and they're usually guarding the cages. Alright, we've just leveled up, so we're gonna be assigning those skill points. Okay. First thing, I've started to notice that the bata is starting to be really weak, so I decided to put an extra point in bata just for pure damage, so it does a bit more damage. And then defensive reaction would be quite nice to get, but I think I should max out pulverize first. So pulverize, that's a priority, because it's a very powerful skill. Now another point I want to put in storm. We've got the squall which we need, but I decided to put it in the storm mastery, even though we don't really need all these top tier skills, but still it's nice to put points in the mastery, because you get stat bonuses. And for the attributes I put 1 in dexterity, 1 in strength. That should be sufficient. So with the dexterity point we've got a bit of bonuses to offensive and defensive abilities, so that's nice. Alright, let's be on our way. We're now entering the Stygian Marsh. And here we'll be fighting plenty of Krakinos and a handful of other monsters. There'll be some more of those Anaurons, the frogmen, except they'll be pale Anaurons. And the same with Krakinos, the pale Krakinos. It's basically most of the monsters we've encountered already, except the pale version. Right, now here, as we pass underneath the bridge, you notice on your right there's a rebirth fountain. See there, you can actually activate it like this. If you just get really close to the wall, you can activate it, even though you're actually not there at all. So this is quite, you know, a bit of a trick. It's not really cheating or anything, because what the heck if you die. But I still recommend you to explore this whole area. And here, Pale Karkino's hero, Spinebreaker. And if you notice, he does quite a bit of damage and launches these fireballs. It's a bit crazy. But we just activated quick recovery, so that helps us to tank the damage better. See, he's a bit tougher than normal, but he's doable. And he's orange. I mean, look at him. He stands out like fresh bird shit on a clean car, you know. Really stands out with that orange color. I mean, he doesn't even try to camouflage. These guys, they're all like, you know, we're camouflaged. But he's like, I'm the top dog here. I'm not scared of anyone. Alright, so around here, some more troglodytes. I see these pillars. That shows we have to go there. So I just quickly checked that corner over there to see if we missed anything. So no, turns out we haven't missed anything. So yeah, just go this way. This is where you have to go. And to the right, that's where that bridge is. You know, the one with the rebirth fountain, which we activated already. Well, on the left, there's a bit of a cave here. So we're gonna go there first to explore. Just take care of these guys. Alright, so just gonna enter this cave. Damon storeroom. And here we got 2 Formicid captains. 2, not 1, but 2. Remember how I told you how one of them is dangerous, but with 2. So this is a pretty dangerous encounter. That's why we just, if you notice, I've done quick recovery and entered the Colossus form as well. So there we go. Actually, surprisingly managed to tank them really well. Probably because I've destroyed them before they could do anything. That's the thing, you know, it's nice to lure them out, and guess what, we can't enter the door now. The doorway. We have to wait for the Colossus to wear off. This is just great. Looks like we're going to be playing the waiting game. Alright, so now we can get back in. But yeah, those captains, whenever their onslaught starts building up, you know, just back away and let their onslaught drop a bit. Because the higher the onslaught gets, the more damage they're going to deal with each hit, obviously. And like I said in the previous episode, they also have hamstring, so it is a bit hard to get away from them because they slow you down. But yeah, still not impossible or anything. I mean, they might be very high damage dealers, but they don't tank too much damage, so it's good. Whenever you're always in an encounter, always just kill the captains first. Kill the captains and watch the others flee in terror. Not really, but still, you know. Alright, and around here it's mostly just troglodytes. They're probably like They seem to be like your typical workers sort of building. I guess because they're really huge and strong. It's quite nice. It's like this Underworld has like a whole quite nicely set up. It's like each monster seems like it's got a role here. Alright, I've got a few chests around here. Oh my god, what happened to him? He was just stuck in that rock. Alright, and here we've got an otherworldly chest, which is big, like a bigger version, like a majestic chest that we had on the surface. Alright, so now we just quickly backtrack, nothing else to do here. Alright, so we're out of the cave, so we can now cross this bridge, just around here. If you remember, that's where we fought Spinebreaker and activated this. See, we've already activated it earlier, down there. Alright, so we'll stop around here, but I'll actually just explore a little bit further, since this is a fairly short episode. Regeneration Shrine, it's pretty nice, and there's an Aurons, pale Aurons. And also there's, notice these cages. See these cages, you can't actually open them until you've killed the jailer who's guarding them. See the struggle with that jailer. So you have to kill him first, before you can open any of them. And the reason to open them? Well, there isn't much actually. Okay, I'll show you. See here, just you know, rescuing the souls. It's just if you feel like being a good Samaritan, you know, nothing much else to do. You don't get any kind of monetary rewards. Although a few of them, you get side quest related stuff, and that small chest is really tempting to open, so I'll open it. But yeah, you get the side quest. If I remember, the Admetus guy, he will be in one of those, and also, as you saw, Hipparchus in the previous episode, we're freed as well from one of those. Well, anyways, guys, seemed like I was trying to fit in quite a lot into this small episode, but yeah, we'll stop around here, and we'll continue in the next episode. See you guys later. Bye bye.